G'day, Azza here with episode 10 of AZZATAC Talk Show. Pistol cleaning kit, what to buy. In this video, I'll share with you the tools I use to clean my pistols and the main tools that you require to perform regular maintenance on your own firearms. All this and more is coming up right after this. G'day, welcome to AZZATAC, where we can help you get rounds down range, consistent, fast and on target. Hey, if you're new here, I'll be making weekly videos to help you start your pistol shooting journey. I intend on bringing you more content like this, as well as interviews with competition shooters, trainers, shop owners and tactical product reviews. If this interests you, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. And if you're getting value out of these videos, please smash that like button. So getting into the video today, I'm going to show you a couple of tools that I use while cleaning my pistols and other firearms. I mainly clean my pistol these days. I don't use my long arms too much. The main thing that I use regularly is a dental pick. I use it in combination with the dental pliers. These are really good tools, and I'll show you in a sec where I use them. The other thing I use is just a little flat blade screwdriver, just a little flat blade screwdriver there. It's good for just scraping muck off of flat surfaces. I use my nylon rod for disassembly of the CZs. I do use a hammer with a brass and nylon tip. A cleaning brush and screwdriver. So when I first started out, I bought a Brownells set of screwdrivers. So that I didn't slip or mar any of the flathead screws on any of my other pistols or rifles that I own. It has come in very handy having the different types of blades to fit in different types of screw heads. The worst thing is when you slip out of the screw, damaging the surface of your firearm. This helps you negate that. The other thing I use regularly is a brass brush. I'll show you how I use that in a sec as well. Another thing I use regularly is the pull through. So I've got a bore snake, 9mm bore snake. I use the bore snake in my rifles as well. I consider the bore snakes to be outstanding. Anything that's a pull through like that is, in my book, the best thing for your barrel. Limited amount of cleaning product needed when you're using a product like a bore snake. So other things I don't use regularly, but I do have. So I got brass punches. I probably do use this fairly often. It's my 2mm punch. I've got other assorted punches, and I do use my vernier calipers quite a fair bit. I use these to measure bullet length mainly. Also, you can use these for measuring the crimp that you have on that you've set on your press, so when you crimp the projectile in. Another type of pull through, this has got some stainless steel wire meshed into it, so if I see any lead in my barrel, which happens occasionally with some of the washed projectiles that I use, sometimes the coating gets stripped and it shoots a bit of lead into my barrel. This is what you use to get that out. It's not ideal for your barrel. I wouldn't use this every time I clean my barrel at all. I would only use it when the ball snake and using some cleaning products doesn't get it out. Got an extra screwdriver set that I just bought from Bunnings. Craft Right. It was pretty cheap, but it's got a lot of extra bits in it for sometimes you find some different types of screws in different types of firearms. Also from Bunnings, just a little ratchet screwdriver. These things are amazing if you're doing a lot of screws, like taking out a lot of screws or putting a lot of screws in. I really like this. Also, it has the end here where you can chuck some tips in there, so if you're going down the range you can take a couple of tips with you and a screwdriver without having to carry a whole heap of other gear to have a couple of tips. So these are the Brownells ones that come with the Brownells kit, and they only have one tip and no device or storage capability. Other things I do use sort of maintenance wise is weapon shield grease, weapon shield oil. I also use Loctite 243. Now this is getting sort of more, so for pistols as well, I have a Armrest Block. This is very handy when you're taking out pins. It's nearly necessary to have one of these to disassemble your firearm past the field strip sort of stage. Other things I've got now are sort of just more for rifles, but I do use them. I don't use them for pistols very often, but they are handy tools to have. This is what they call a 50 cal. So actually a 17. You can see that there. (17 to 60 cal) RCBS neck chamfer tool, case chamfer tool. This is probably the best chamfer tool that I've seen on the market to buy. Very easy to use. The first one I had was one like this. Not as good as the RCBS one. The next couple of tools: large rifle and small rifle primer pocket cleaners. These are really good. They've got the good strong handle on them. They're from Lyman. And then I've got a Lyman flash hole deburrer. This is probably one of the best tools for accuracy in rifles, to conforming your cases. A lot of brass, you do extract a lot of brass with this tool. So another tool that I don't use as frequently, but I have used it a fair bit, is a kinetic bullet puller. So you put the case in here and you tap it and the projectile comes out. That pretty much sums it up for the tools that I have and I use, except for one other tool that it's not a tool, but it's a cleaning aid that I use a lot, and it's the good old earbud or cotton tip cleaner. These, I go through heaps of these cleaning my pistols or any firearm. Cleaning any firearm, these are magic. Let's go through a bit of a run through of what I use my tools for. So I use the nylon rod to disassemble the slide off the frame of my pistol. So definitely check that it's safe. Get a half cock, line up the lines, push the slide stop into the recess, pull the slide stop out. So that's what I use that for. So where I really like to use these is inside here, inside there, inside where the locking lugs lock in. So this is where I'd use this as well, just inside here, in there, in the edge of where your case is, underneath the extractor. Just clean out that gunk in there, and inside in the bolt face, right in the edge, and up in where the barrel locks into the slide. This is where I'd also use this if it was really mucked up. I could use this just to scrape it out like that, or scrape inside here with the flat blade. Also use these inside these little cracks like that. See, you get a lot of muck out with them straight away. Also in here, these are just ideal for pretty much everywhere in the pistol to clean it out. Where I use the brass brush mainly is just on there, on your feed ramp and on the back of the barrel hood, just to give that a bit of a clean there. It comes off really easy with the brass brush. Then you can use that dirty, but chuck the old bore brush through it, the old bore snake, and pretty tight fit. A nice satisfactory pop noise out of the end of it, and that barrel is super shiny clean. The other tools like the brush, when it's real dirty in here, I just brush it in there, in around and all on there, and then give it a bit of spray with WD-40 or something of that nature. Brush comes in pretty handy. You can also put a cloth over the brush and use the brush to push inside and clean all the parts out. That's a good idea to do that after you've loosened off all the parts. Use this with a bit of rag and then push inside there and clean it out with that. Now what I use this pin for is taking out the extractor. Push the pin through there, and that's why it's ideal to have this. You can line it up on those holes and push the pin through into those holes, making sure that when the pin is in there, when you push the pin out and your punch will be holding the extractor in. Keep your finger on the side of that extractor, pull your punch out, and then let your finger off, and so you retain the spring, your extractor spring, from flying out. If you just have that off and pull this out, your extractor and the spring will just go flying. And then I use the small brass punch to extract my firing pin. See, I just pushed it in there and move this a little bit, and then using your finger and putting this inside the firing pin hole, maneuver it so that it comes out. So you've captured the firing pin with your finger, and then that will just come out. Same goes when you're putting it back in. Push it down, slide it in, pushing this on top here like that, pushing it in, and then it'll come back in like that. So what I've done for you today is I've gone through Amazon and researched tools that I would get if I was starting out today. So if I was going to go buy some stuff, I would pretty much just go straight to Amazon and buy some stuff on there and get it delivered. So what I've done is I've researched those tools for you, and I have links to those tools in the comments of this video. So down the bottom here there is links straight up in the description of the video that you can click on, sending you straight to these products. This will not cost you any money. It will save you time. They're the exact same price as when I looked at them. What I'm telling you here as of today when I'm making this video is the price that they are on at Amazon now, and that is what you're buying for. The first thing that I'd buy straight off the block is the Avid Smart Bench Block. I've got a picture of it up here. It is a really smart looking kit. It has all the punches in a nice little plastic container with your hammer, and it also comes with the Armrest Block, which is a lot better than this standardized Armrest Block that I've got from Brownells. This is the true standard old school sort of block. There's a couple of pictures here of from Avid that depicts how they use that block. It's got a radius in it, just so you can put barrels in it if you've got a 1911 style. If you have to get rid of push out the link pin, that radius looks really good with really ideally positioned holes for you to do a number of things with. So to get past the field strip stage of, and this is what I mean by field strip, it's just the slide and the barrel out of the slide, and probably the firing pin out, and the guide rod out, especially with CZ firearms, CZ and 10 Foglio firearms. You don't need many tools, for the exception of the Set Shadow 2 Orange. You need the bushing tool. The second thing that I buy is a dental kit. So the dental kit here, this is really good for picking out gunk in the slide around where the barrel's been sitting, and these are ultra good for picking out the little pieces inside here, putting in the springs. Just once you get past the stage of the strip stage, the field strip stage, these come in handy. You'll find heaps of uses for these, and probably not just for your pistol. Rifles the same, like your small trigger parts, these are really good. The third thing that I think you should buy, and I definitely am going to get one of these myself, is a real Avid Bore Boss. Another picture up here. It has a brush like this, like you can see in the picture, has a brush, has the same sort of little tail like this on it, with a cool little handle. You've seen with me before, I was had to grab onto the rope to try and pull it through. That handle will be great. So what you're looking at for first thing is the real Avid Smart Bench Block. It's the punch, hammer and bench and block kit for $67 plus delivery. The dental kit is $16.99 plus delivery, and the real Avid Bore Boss is $15.29 plus delivery. So that would make up the list of need to buy stuff like that I would get straight away, while I was saving up to get the rest of the kit. And or if I was spending money on buying a press like the 650 or the 350 behind me, this would be the minimal amount of stuff that I'd buy, plus probably some like your expense sort of items like Q-tips and rags and that. That's what I would get. So extra things that I'd get along the way. Look, I looked up on Amazon, and I had to really stop myself from looking too hard and buying some new tools and that. So the first thing that really caught my eye was the real Avid Smart 90-degree advanced gunsmithing screwdriver set. This is amazing, this kit. It's got a light, as you can see in the photo, it's got a light that comes out the bottom of the thing, handle that comes off here like this, so you can like get some really good leverage on it. You can also hit the top of it and it'll turn to start them really stubborn screws. Also, so this kit is $322.04 delivered for free. The next thing I'd get, I'm going to show you a picture here again, is roll pin punches. These roll pin punches are really good because they center, locate, and actually push on the outside of the roll pin, instead of if you've got a too small a diameter punch inside a roll pin, it will push the roll pin out, causing it to jam and making it harder to push the roll pin out. A set of roll pin punches with a link below will set you back $17.99 with delivery, plus delivery. Next thing I would get is brass punches. I do use brass punches a lot. As you can see, this one here is pretty well used, and that's just to knock pins back in, and then to knock them flush. There's a lot of them on Amazon. I just found a set for a reasonable price. It looked like it had a good amount of things. I'll show you a picture here of the brass punches the set that I would get is an 8 set, and it's $24.47 plus delivery. Another thing I'd get is a set of nylon safety jaws for my vise. If you don't already have a vise, that's another thing I'd probably look at getting, and I'll talk about that further in a sec. But first, so I didn't show you these before, but I've got magnetized nylon safety rubbers for my vise, and I also have got aluminium angle to put inside as well, to stop the jaws of the vise from damaging any of the firearm parts if you put them inside there. It's got some pretty good pictures here of a couple of different things that you can use the vice jaws for. The link to them in the description. $24.20 plus delivery, and also I had a look. You can buy 100mm engineer's vice on Amazon, free delivery, for $89 plus delivery. So that's a pretty good deal. It probably costs the exact same to go down to Trade Tools or Mitre 10 to buy a vice, but $89 delivered. Click on the link, send you straight to it. Purchase the vice, it'll rock up at your door. The last thing I'd buy, that I'm going to mention in this video, that I would buy amongst all of this stuff, is the bullet puller, the kinetic bullet puller. These on Amazon, I've got a link in the description again. $24.63 plus delivery. Question time, everyone. What other tools do you have at home that I haven't mentioned here today in this video? Please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll read them and get back to you with some more comments. Thanks to Dan M and Leith4M for their comments on my last video, telling me what type of projectiles they like to use in their CZ Shadow 2s. Cheers, boys. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching episode 10 of AZZATAC Talk Show. Pistol cleaning kit, what to buy. I hope you got good value out of this episode, and if you did, please smash that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next up on AZZATAC Talk Show, I'm going to take my CZ Shadow 2 Orange, which I've just recently upgraded to be exactly the same as my CZ Shadow 2 Blue, with the Victor Precision brass grips and the Eamon competition spring kit, back down to the range to do some more side-by-side comparison at different ranges with the exact same ammo. For now though, See you next time, and until then, keep on shooting, and I'll catch you down the range.